Hello to all of you. This is Alena. We are going to learn how to utilize Microsoft Excel in only a few minutes today. Excel is the ideal tool for data analysis and insight gathering. However, there are an excessive number of choices and buttons. What actions do all of them take? We are going to explain them in this video so you can begin to comprehend the background to your information. First, let's talk about how to even obtain Excel. First, you can go to google.com and type here Microsoft Excel download, and this will forward you to microsoft.com. Go to that link, and here you will find that you have free version. Sign up for free for a couple of weeks, or you can go just to product tab and choose pricing for home. For example, if we click, then we will see that we can buy Microsoft 365 for family and it costs $100 per year. Okay. The Excel Start page will appear when you first open the program. You can open a new blank workbook by clicking on the button in the upper left corner. We'll do this shortly. You will also see a plethora of various templates on the right. It is definitely worth taking a look at these to see if any of them would work for you. You can return to the most recent worksheets you worked on down below. You can search for a workbook directly at the top, and all of your recents are displayed below. Let's click into a fresh workbook that is blank in the upper left corner. This launches a fresh workbook, and upon first observation you may think, oh, there is a lot of rectangles on the screen. All of these are called cells. You will see that we have all these different letters across the top. These are called columns, and you can see that we have all these numbers scrolling down the left side of the screen. For example, we'll make a little bit intersection with the column C and row 3. So the cell named C3, this is the place where column and row intersect. The row comes after the column in order to precedence. You can see that it is defined as C3. Let's type here the cursor and we will see it is defined as C3 in the name box in the upper left hand corner. Although you have the option to change the name, we'll use the default for now. We can enlarge and decrease the zoom to make this easier to see. You can zoom in or out using the controls in the bottom right corner. Additionally, you can zoom in and out by pressing Ctrl and then dragging your mouse wheel up or down. My eyes have changed over time. Now let's get started by inputting some data. I'll click in the cell A1 and enter a salary here. I can click on the next cell with my mouse to advance to it. Alternatively, I may navigate to the next cell by pressing the Tab or right arrow keys on my keyboard and then enter employee. There are two keys I could use to move down here, enter or the down arrow. Here I want to keep tabs on salaries. I will enter employee 1. Here and press enter. I will hence start tracking that employee initially. Additionally, I want to follow up with every employee. Naturally, I could go through and enter data in each and every cell, but Excel is intelligent enough to recognize patterns. It appears that I entered employee number 1 here. You will see that when I click in cell B2, a rectangle appears in the lower right corner, and my cursor changes as I move it. I have the option to press and hold it, drag it down and have it fill in all the various personnel. It functions with numbers. If Excel is able to identify a pattern, it can also be used with numerical data. We then need to enter some salary-related data. Feel free to follow along while I go through and fill in the numbers for the remaining workers. I have now completed all of our data entry. It's a little challenging to interpret these figures quickly. I would want to have 1,000 separator. I will highlight each of these cells, and then I can click in the icon to create 1,000 separator in the center of the Home ribbon's Home tab. As a result, determining which numbers are larger and which are smaller is considerably simpler. However, I'm not using this decimal place. I will click on this symbol up top to eliminate those decimal places. As a handy little pro tip, the Format Cells dialog may be accessed by simultaneously pressing the Ctrl and 1 key on your keyboard. Here you are in complete control of the cell's format. I've provided a link below that will show you every shortcut key that Excel has to offer if you'd like to know about them all. I can easily add some extra column and name it, for example, designation, and type here any designation of every employee. For example, this is going to be finance, this is going to be IT, sales manager, head of the department, and logistic, for example. I can easily change the column size by pressing double click on this column, and my column will be automatically aligned according to my symbols and text that is written in column D. If I do not need this column, of course I can delete it by selecting the whole column. After that, go to Home tab and choosing here Delete. And now my column is deleted. I can also hide this column. How to do this? I have to select the whole column. After, press right click on my button, and here I have to choose Hide. So for undoing this change, I have to select the two columns that are from the left side and from the right side of my column, and after that again press double click up here, or I can click on right click on my button and choose here Unhide, and my column will appear. Well, in my case, I think that the column C is not on the right place, so I have to put it on the first place. For example, employees, this is the first column, designation, this is the second column, and salary, this is the third column. How to do this? I can simply select the column. So let's drag it to the left, and now all my data are in the first column. I have to also remove the column C. Let's remove it. Let's also drag to the left the column C by selecting all the values, and I have to select the whole column. After that, hold Shift button on my keyboard to make sure that my cursor has changed, and after that drag it to the left. Okay, now I will resize the column. For aligning the text that is present in the header of my table, I have to select the all headers, and after that I have to go to Home tab and click on Center It and Center It. Perfect. Now I can also select my columns and double click on any of my columns and just for aligning it. Now I have such chart had appeared. So my table is ready. And now I would like to format it a little bit. For this, I have to select the whole table. I can select it by pressing Ctrl A on my keyboard. After that, go to Insert tab and click on here on Table. I will receive such window that is named Create Table. I have to point here exactly range of my data and again click on My Table has headers and press OK. Now my table has another format. I can also change the template by going to Table Styles, after that pressing on this down arrow and choose the style of the table that is likely the most for me. Okay, what exactly I want to choose? Let it better be this one. That's perfect. Here in this table I could also add some total row, like this one. I can make the first column bold or last column bold, banded columns. Okay, perfect. But I do not need it. I will add only total row. Let's undo header row. Yes, we don't have it. Banded rows. In this case, we won't have these banded rows. Okay, perfect. If I want to add some extra employee, then I have to insert extra row up here. So for this, I have to insert the row that I want. Before the row I want that the extra row would be inserted. After that, go to Home tab and click on Insert. Now I can drag my cursor down. I will receive employee 6 and we'll type here also department. Okay, and let's add some salary, of course. And here, as you can see, Excel remembered the format of my cell exactly the same as it was in previous cells. As you remember, we formatted the cells as per the number category by putting on comma symbol and deleting on decimal numbers. Perfect. Now if I want to insert extra column before salary column, for this I have to select the column C. After that, again go to Home tab and click on Insert. So extra column will be inserted automatically, already formatted with the required template that I chose before. So we can name it as let it be date of joining. And we will type here the date. Here also we can drag it down and we will see that Excel will automatically count all the data that are present day one by one, 21st, 22nd, 23rd and so on. Perfect. Moreover, you have such magic instrument in Excel that is named conditional formatting. For example, you need to filter all the salary numbers and to show it in such a format that would reflect the minimum salary as a red color and maximum salary with a green color. For this, you have to select required cells. After that, go to conditional formatting and choose here color scales and select, for example, the first one. Now you can see that the minimum salary of sales manager for the employee 3 was selected with the red color. The salary that is a little bit more, it is with the yellow color, and the highest one we have with the dark green color. So this is internal filter that is present in Excel. When I'm looking into this data, I can quickly tell that the salary with the employee 3 is the minimum salary and the IT employee 6 receives the highest salary. Okay. If I want to sum up some values, for example, employee first, 2 and second, then I have to sum these salaries. How to do this? For this, I have to click on equal sign. After that, select the cell where my first employee salary is present. This is the cell D2. This is the intersection of the row and of the column, so this is D2. After that, click on plus. Again, choose the salary of the second employee. This is the D3 cell. Again, plus. and D4 and click enter. Now I have received the sum of these three employees. If I want to see the sum of these employees but not typing this formula up here, then I can simply select these three cells and after that go down up here, and here I will see that the sum is 9257. How to do this? By not just summing the cells one by one. You can simply use the sum function. For this, you have to type equal sign, after that type sum, open parentheses, and choose the array you want to sum, D2, D4. It means that all the cells that are present inside this array will be summed. Close parentheses and press enter. We have received the sum of the cells D2, D3, and D4. Perfect. We can also go to Formula tab and we will see that Excel has a lot of different functions. This is after sum functions. For example, if I would like to sum up these cells, I can simply click on after sum and choose sum, and Excel will show me what exactly range I would like to sum up and click OK. So the total sum of these cells is going to be 48,104. Let's check it. While inserting all the cells, we'll go to the right bottom and we'll see that the sum is 48,104. Perfect. Now if I want to count some average of my cells, so I will at first delete my totals. For this I have to go to Table Design tab, after that undo total row. Let's go again to Formulas tab, after that go to After Sum and click on Average, and Excel will calculate average amount of my salary. Also I can click on Count Numbers. So 6, what does it mean? It means that 6 cells are filled in the range of D2, D7. If I click on maximum value, then Excel will show me the maximum salary from the employees above. If I click on minimum, then I will receive minimum salary. And if I click on more functions, then I can choose any function I want, but I will explain a little bit later about it. Okay. You can also go forward and click on the next functions Excel offer for you and go for Financial tab. You can see the functions that are mostly used for financial department, some logical functions, it's and, false, if error, and so on. Some text function, date and time, and so on. I can also go to Data tab and you can see that the filter function is present up here. What does it mean? I will see that there are some little triangles up here. This is filter. If I click on that, I can sort from smallest to largest, largest to smallest. Let's click on some of them. And now all my salaries are filtered from minimum to maximum. If I select the other option from largest to smallest, then the smallest salary will be in the first place. The same I can do with the column C, for example, date of joining. Let's select from oldest to newest, then I will receive the newest employee was presented in the first row. The same let's do with designation, sales manager, logistics, and IT. Perfect. And let's sort it by employees, okay, like it was before. You can also sort it and filter using color. For example, you have some special color and you want to sort it by special color, so let's choose the yellow one. As we have only one cell with this color, then it's not that easier to follow and understand, but if you will receive two colors, for example, let's make it in designation column. I want to select IT department as a green color here and here, and now I want to sort it. So let's do this by color. I have to click on this little triangle. After that, go to sort by color and choose the green one. Now all my ID department was sorted with a green color. Perfect. You can also insert a chart into your table for analyzing. So for this you have to go to Insert tab, after that choose Recommended Charts or just choose any chart from this one. I will choose Recommended Charts, and here in the tab All Charts I will select someone that I like the most. I can select it with a column, with a line, as a pie, as a bar chart, area, and so on. So let's choose the column and click OK. But before that I have to select the range of my table. As you can see, it was selected only 2 lines, so I have to undo this function. After that, select my whole table, again go to Insert tab, choose Recommended Chart, and I have another view of my chart. So let's choose something that I want. Let it be like this one and click OK. Now I received the chart for quick analyzing my data. I can also work with this chart a little bit. I can insert date of joining, for example. If I don't require designation, then I can delete it, and insert employees. If I want to point some filters, so for example I want to filter it by date of joining and select here what date, for example 21st. Now I will see that only one employee was entered to the company this day. If I want to filter it by, let's get back to all, not only by date of joining, then I have to select this and remove it from here. If I want to filter by salary, then I have to drag it down to filter category, and here select the salary, for example this one. And now again I will receive that only one employee has such salary. So I hope that you understand that the chart is also very perfect for analysis and visualizing your data. Well, I hope this video was very helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, and stay tuned. See you in the next video. Bye bye.